Hi everybody, here we are for chapter 4 of Michael Neill's The Space Within. So whether you're in the Brilliance book group itself or whether you're following along from home, I just want to share today one of the aspects of this chapter in terms of where peace, capital P peace, is really found. And it really fascinated me with this, how it resonates with the metaphor that I use for my work of the river of experience. So if you're familiar with that, listen out for that as we talk through it. And if you're not familiar, then I'd really be happy to have a call with you sometime and share that with you. And I'll put the link to that in the comments below. So Michael talks about 4 different things that people tend to mean when they use the phrase peace of mind. So I'm going to be sharing these 4 different things. When you say to somebody, what does peace of mind look like to you? These are the kind of 4 things that people say. And I want to highlight that although generally in our lives we move from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, all 4 of them have really always been happening for us. And what seems to happen naturally, and which can be encouraged through this kind of work, is that we gradually move more and more towards number 4. And the more we do that, and the more we find the capital P peace that we really are, then we live in a much more fulfilling experience of life, and it's much more fun. And we're actually less concerned about what's happening in the day-to-day experiences, because there's a knowing, there's a grounding in that peace that we are. So as I go through these 4, not levels, if we go through these 4 things that people point to when they're looking for peace, just consider that all 4 of them have always been happening for you, and that it could just be that as you go through your experience of life, and particularly if you're reading these kind of books, if you're in this kind of conversation, you'll see increasingly that the 4th one becomes your primary experience. And that's really, really the one that we've been looking for in all the other 3. So it is kind of brilliant when we do recognise that, and then the other 3 aren't such a concern. So the first one then, the first thing where people say, I'll have a peaceful mind if, is around conflict. So Michael says, we think that peace of mind will be the absence of conflict. As long as no one's upset with me, I will have peace of mind. And so we spend our lives trying to either get really good at managing conflict or really good at avoiding conflict, and trying to get all the right people in our lives or get them to behave the right way or get ourselves to behave the right way. It's really exhausting. It's really hard work. And if you've noticed, it's impossible. We try and line people up in one particular way, and then something changes, because that's the nature of life, that things change, people change. And so there's no reliability in trying to find a peaceful experience in the absence of conflict, because stuff happens, we get upset, hormones happen, changes in weather happens, hunger happens. All these things can make us feel really grumpy and end up in conflict. And we're not in control of these things. We don't get to choose our moods, we don't get to choose how we feel, and so conflict happens. And so if we think we're going to find peace by avoiding conflict, we're soon going to wake up to the confusion of that and realise there's nothing there. And so then the second one, which for me is pretty intertwined with the first one in terms of the level that it's looking at, but Michael talks about it, the second one, as the constancy of circumstance. So we're looking for peace of mind in getting our circumstances constant. As long as my job, marriage, health, finances are secure, I will have peace of mind. So as I said about my river of experience, if you're listening to this knowing about that, you'll recognise that both these first aspects sit down there at the level of contents at the bottom of the river. And so this second one, the constancy of circumstance, as long as I can get all these things lined up, as long as I can get my ducks in a row with my insurance and my health insurance and my pensions and my career plan and my projected earnings and whatever else we're trying to get sorted out in order to be okay. Now, if you are in that kind of 30 to 50 age bracket, there is a very good chance that you've already, or you've started to see that this is endless. And that perhaps even if you've got to a senior level, even if you're supposedly doing the job you've always wanted to do, even if you're earning the amount of money that you thought would have brought you peace of mind and sense of security by now, and you're recognising, oh, it's not happened. It's for this very reason. It's for the fact that peace is not found within these things. This content of experience is not capable of providing us with peace. And our experience of these things is peaceful or not based on whatever thinking we have about them in the moment. I imagine with your job, for example, or your income, some days it might look absolutely fine, other days it might look terrible. And so there's no reliability at this level of exploration. There's no constancy. There is no security and no peace, which might sound terrible, but hang in there. There's it's all good, really. It's all pointing us in the right direction. So what we tend to do after we've tried to secure the people and we've tried to secure the jobs and money to find peace, we move on to the third aspect, which is the absence of thought. As long as I don't have too much thinking going on, I'll have peace of mind. And so this is the point at which we've switched into positive thinking, into meditation and mindfulness to try and quiet thinking down. We've maybe started journaling, or we could be doing art or walking or exercising, or we could actually just still be really burying ourselves in work, or we could be in social media. We could be drinking, using drugs, eating. We can really do anything to try and find the quiet state of mind that we think we're wanting, and actually which we know ourselves to be. We're just looking for it in the wrong place. So when we reach this stage of trying to get an absence of thought, there is an element of it can work temporarily, same as trying to find peace in the experience of people or jobs or salaries can work temporarily. But if we think that our well-being relies on the thinking stopping, we're going to be really, really disappointed, because the minute we stop doing the walk or the yoga or the work or stop drinking, the thoughts just come back, the thinking comes back. So there's something else we need to look to. And that's the fourth aspect, which Michael calls the peace of mind, capital M mind, the energy of life, the aliveness of life. And he says peace is the nature of mind. So there's nothing to do here. There's nothing to find. There's nothing to gain or change, because the nature of who we are is already peace, capital P peace. Not the little p peace that comes and goes at the level of content with people and jobs. Not the little p peace that comes and goes at the level of thinking with, oh, this is okay. Oh, it's not. Oh, I like this. No, I don't. Am I okay? I don't think I am. That's not peace. This here already is capital P peace. And in fact, that capital P peace is infiltrating everything, including the moments when it looks like it's not peace, including the times of, oh my goodness, am I okay? Am I doing this the right way? Have I got the right job? What about this marriage? Should I be with this person? Why are my kids behaving like that? They shouldn't be doing that. All of that is actually capital P peace showing up as not peace. But the more we recognise that, the more we recognise that this fundamental peace is the nature of us and of all things, we actually stop being so concerned about how the people and the content and the thinking is showing up. Because we know that this peacefulness is already here and that it's what we are. And funnily enough, then the content and the people and the thinking settles and we have an easier experience. It's just it doesn't come about through trying to line those things up in the right way. It comes about actually by coming to number 4 first, by coming to the space of recognising that we are the peace that we're looking for already. Then the rest of it takes care of itself. So a little bit longer one this week, but I hope it's been useful. And I'd love to know what you think, so please do share in the comments and on any social media, or drop me a note through the website or on my email. And as I say, I'll put the links below so that you can book a call in with me. And if you want to sign up to the newsletter to get all these things to your inbox direct, then I'd love to see you there. Take good care. Bye.